What's good in the McChicken Hood? My name is Nevaeh, aka Vay, and today we're going to be talking about me having an apartment at the age of 17. Okay, so before we get started, be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I post. Okay, so Nevaeh, I have a few questions for you before you start your video. Number one, is your parents rich? No, Nevaeh, they are not. Number two, are you getting that YouTube coin? Okay, and last but not least, did your parents disown you? No, they would never do such a thing. They love me. Interesting. Okay. This is the Nevaeh, aka Vay brand, where I make earrings, keychains, during Christmas ornaments, anything like that. Of course, right now I have the Hot Girl collection out, which you are seeing right now. I also do custom work, which you can submit any design that you want, and I will do that for you. I also do graphic design, where I can make logos, I make posters, I also do paintings and animations, which are all custom, but I also have art of my own, which you can buy. So please make sure you check that out and contact me, and I'll make sure to put that out for you. Woo! Wasn't that great? Wasn't that great? Such an amazing sponsorship. Let's thank Nevaeh, aka Vay, for supporting us in everything that we do. Also, don't be shy and buy. You know what? Don't be shy and buy. Okay. So I'm gonna jump right into this thing. I don't want to dilly-dally or play around with anything. So this first part, I'm gonna have these in sections. This first section is gonna be about how I got an apartment at 17. And to make a long story short, I saved my money. To put it in plain terms, that's literally what it was. I saved my money, and of course I'm gonna go deeper in depth on how I saved my money, and of course deeper in depth on the process of getting an apartment and everything like that. But before I get into that, I also want to give a huge shout out to my mother, because without my mother, I wouldn't have this apartment that I have right now. I'm very lucky to have such a supportive parent. I also, number one, the big OG-OD, I wouldn't even be in existence without him. So a big shout out to them. But to get straight into it, I am gonna go ahead and tell y'all. So I started saving my money.
like I said earlier, my life was a utter chaos, and in that chaos you have a lot of time to reflect and look at your surroundings. And I noticed a huge pattern with some of the stuff is that, hey, you need money. And so I recognized that, but I didn't really know what money was. So it went one ear and right out the other. When I was around 7, I would say, that was my first time like having money and like saving it to a certain degree. But of course I was 7, so I was like saving it to get chips, or saving it to get your favorite store, your favorite toy at Walmart or something like that. So I was actually made my own little business. I had my own little business where I was massaging hands and stuff, and I was getting some big bank. I didn't have a set price or anything. I just let the people, go with their heart and give me whatever they wanted to give me. But some of these people they were nice. They gave me like $20. I was 7 years old getting $20. And of course I saved my money. And I got me like little toys and stuff like that. It wasn't nothing major. But 10 years old is when I started to be taking it a little more seriously. Like, I need to save this in order to get this, or I need to save this in order to get that, like on a bigger scale other than toys. It was more like pants, shoes, and stuff like that. When I was 15, that's when I got a bank account. So that leveled up that savings like to a whole nother degree, because you was able to put it on the card and they keep it somewhere. Like, when you have cash in your hand, you was more susceptible to like just spend it, so it's a little harder. But when I had it in the card, you don't see the money or anything. It was a little easier to be able to save it. And when I got my credit card, I actually started a method of saving called a 10-10-10. So this method is something that really helped me. So basically, when you first started out, when you get your money, you put 10% to yourself, 10% to, I choose to do church, or you can do charity or different stuff like that, and then 10% to your savings. So when I first started off, I was doing baby steps. So I would do the 10%, and of course you have money left, and so that money left, I would put that to myself too. But a little later down the realm, like, I started putting that money that was left after I did 10% to the savings. So then I would have more money to the savings. And of course I would still have money for myself. And that's the money that you use, because it's very important to put yourself first and do stuff for yourself. That's the money that you would use. I would use to get Chipotle. I would use to get some McDonald's. I would use to go out with my friends and stuff like that. I had that money there so that I was still able to have fun, because a lot of times people make it seem like when you have to save and all that stuff, you gotta be in this cookie cutter thing and you're not able to have fun, and you gotta work extra hard and blood, sweat, and tears. And don't get it twisted, I did work really hard, and I did share some blood, some tears, and sweat it a little bit. But I was still able, every once in a while, was able to have some fun. I was able to get presents for my family and stuff, because I set that money aside for myself for personal life. You have to separate those two so you don't end up forgetting about yourself. So yeah. Also, when I turned 16 years old, I got a job, and at this job I was getting paid $5 an hour. I know that's probably unbelievable, because that's below minimum wage. That's what I said. They trapped me. I would have had ran, but I was 16, first job. I was just excited to have a job at that point. So I had that job, and I was only getting 20-25 hours a week, getting paid on the average, if I was lucky, maybe $300 every 2 weeks, so about $600 a month. And I would do that 10-10, and I would put that stuff in my savings. And after months of doing that, because I was there for about 9 months of doing that, I was able to stack my money, actually surprisingly a good amount, while also having fun. Okay, also having fun. Unless you want to go hard in the paint, you can really go hard in the paint and really stack them coins. But Nevaeh, I personally like to go Chipotle every once in a while, have a little fun, a little kiki every once in there. But so that's how I did that. And I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of tips on how to save your money. Or I'm not even gonna say how to save your money, because I just explained to you how to save your money. but like how to keep your money, like keep it there. Tip number 1, if someone say they want to buy your coffee, let them buy your coffee. If someone wants to buy your Starbucks, buy your Chipotle, buy your stuff, let them buy it, okay? We don't have no room for pride. We're trying to get our coins. We're trying to get our coins. If someone wants to buy something for you, let them buy it. If someone offered to buy something for you, let them buy it. If you're a teenager, you don't have to pay rent or nothing and stuff like that, take advantage of that time. Because when you go out in the real world and then you gotta pay rent and taxes and you're gonna be broke, $0 sign because you spent all your money from when you was a teen at your little job, you're gonna really regret it. Tip number 2, don't tell anybody that you have money. Move in silence like the letter G in lasagna, okay? Nobody got no time. No, actually, let me correct that. If people know that you have money, they're gonna ask you for money, okay? Everything I was saying earlier about buying a cup of coffee, they don't be like, buy a cup of coffee. No, you can buy your own cup of coffee. You got this money, this is the third, and I don't need to get nothing for you, bruh. Or they gonna be like, can I borrow $20 to tomorrow? No, you can't borrow $20 to tomorrow, Lil Ricky. That's exactly how you need to tell them. Pretend you broke. Pretend you on this corner talking about spare change. Ain't nobody need to know. Your own business. Alright, so those are the 2 main tips that I wanted to give y'all, because those are 2 main tips that will keep you having money. Okay? Also, I do want to talk on people that have a harder situation than me. Like I said, I was lucky to have a parent that was that was a little more supportive in my endeavors. So like I was able to, well, of course they were very, very like, oh nah, you ain't going nowhere, you staying here, you better wait till you're 18 years old. At first. But then when my mother was able to see all the stuff that I was doing and how well I was able to handle myself and accomplishing things, they were more inclined like, hey, Nevaeh, you can actually do this on your own. And I'm actually very happy, because without her like signing like papers and stuff like that and being willing to do that, I would not have an apartment at 17 years old. So I know a lot of people aren't in that place where you genuinely have to wait till you're 18. Or some people, I know a lot of my friends, they have to wait. They're not allowed to leave the house. Like if they leave the house, they're a disgrace to the family and everything like that. People that's in those situations and where it might be harder to save, like I said, y'all, I do suggest y'all really move in silent like the letter G. Like some of your checks that y'all come in, they don't need to be knowing about every check that come in. Like some of those checks, you gotta hide them. Hide it in a sock, hide it in a bra. Hide that money, child. Hide it and keep it. Literally. Ask for help. So basically, to sum it all up and conclude this video, I just want to put out there, if anybody is like, oh, I wish I was like you, or if parents is down your throat about doing this and doing that and all this stuff, just remember to chill out and go at your own pace. Like I literally wouldn't wish on my greatest enemies the stuff that I went to, because at the end of the day, the stuff that pushed me to this point was my eagerness to escape from a situation. So be content and be grateful for what you do have. To every good thing that might seem good, there's literally a whole story behind it, which I just generally didn't get into. But if you guys want a video if y'all want a house tour, or if y'all want a deeper in depth about how like apartment applications work and like all the stuff that you would need to like actually get into an apartment, because I technically said how I got an apartment at 17. I didn't tell y'all exactly like the process before getting an apartment at 17, but I didn't tell you like the hard nitty gritty. So if y'all want to know that, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you want an apartment tour or something like that, let me know in the comments down below. And And yeah, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, hit that post notification button so you are notified every single time that I post. I post every Wednesday. I'm trying, okay. I do post every Wednesday. So put on that post notification so that you can see that video when it comes out on Wednesday. And yeah, see y'all